When President John F. Kennedy declared, "We choose to go to the moon," he challenged America to lead in technological innovation, a vision that still resonates today. That spirit lives on aboard the U.S. John F. Kennedy, CVN79, the second ship of the Navy's most advanced class of aircraft carriers. In a world where threats evolve rapidly, hypersonic missiles, stealth drones, cyber warfare, and space-based reconnaissance, the question is clear. Can this floating fortress remain effective for the next half-century, or will it become outdated in the face of next-generation warfare? Let's explore the engineering behind CVN79 and its readiness for the challenges ahead. The aircraft carrier. For nearly a century, aircraft carriers have stood as symbols of power projection. Since the Japanese Navy commissioned its first aircraft carrier in 1922, these ocean giants have reshaped modern warfare, allowing nations to extend their military reach far beyond their own borders. For the United States in particular, aircraft carriers have played a central role in every major conflict from World War II to today's myriad regional skirmishes. In times of global crisis, one of the first questions often asked is, where is the nearest American aircraft carrier? These vessels serve not only as mobile air bases, but also as floating embassies of American military power, capable of responding to international incidents anywhere on the globe within days. Decades of technological refinement have allowed the U.S. Navy to create some of the most sophisticated and expensive ships in history. Leading this evolution is the Gerald R. Ford class, a new generation of supercarriers that embody the pinnacle of American naval engineering. The Gerald R. Ford class. At the forefront of the Gerald R. Ford class is the United States ship John F. Kennedy, CVN79, the second ship following the United States ship Gerald R. Ford, CVN78, both among the largest and most expensive warships ever built. Measuring approximately 1,106 feet long, longer than 3 NFL football fields, with a beam of 256 feet and a height of around 250 feet, these carriers dwarf even iconic structures like Germany's Neuschwanstein Castle. With a full load displacement of about 100,000 tons, constructing such a behemoth comes at a steep cost. While the United States ship Gerald R. Ford cost roughly $12.8 billion, plus $4.7 billion in R&D, lessons learned reduced the United States ship John F. Kennedy's price tag to about $11.34 billion. These enormous investments reflect not just size but a major leap in naval capabilities, ensuring continued American maritime dominance. Innovations powering CVN79. Although the Ford-class carriers like United States ship John F. Kennedy share some design elements with the earlier Nimitz class, they incorporate groundbreaking technology that sets them apart. At their core are two A-1B nuclear reactors from Bechtel Marine Propulsion Corporation, each producing about 700 megawatts of thermal power, a 25% boost over the Nimitz class, supplying energy for propulsion, advanced systems like electromagnetic catapults, and even future directed energy weapons. One such system, electromagnetic aircraft launch system, replaces steam-powered catapults with linear induction motors, offering greater efficiency, reduced maintenance, less stress on aircraft, and increased soar rates from 160 to 180 to about 270 per day. Complementing electromagnetic aircraft launch system is the advanced arresting gear, which modernizes aircraft recovery using electromagnetic systems that safely handle both heavy manned aircraft and lighter unmanned aerial vehicles, broadening operational capabilities while reducing wear on airframes. Expanding airwing capabilities. Designed for the future of air power, the Ford-class supercarriers like United States ship John F. Kennedy can carry up to 100 aircraft, surpassing the 75 to 90 typically deployed on Nimitz-class carriers. Its air wing includes F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters, F-A-18EF Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare, E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft, C-2A Greyhound transports, MH-60 RS Seahawks, and MT-25 Stingray unmanned refueling drones. Looking ahead, The Ford class may also support advanced combat drones like a potential revival of the Northrop Grumman X-47B program, enhancing power projection with fewer human pilots. Revolutionary ordnance elevators. One of the least publicized but most important innovations on the Ford class is its network of advanced weapons elevators. Powered by electromagnetic motors, these elevators move ordnance at speeds of up to 150 feet per minute, each capable of lifting 24,000 pounds directly from the lower decks to waiting aircraft. By avoiding flight deck crossing zones, the system allows for far quicker and safer rearming, reducing aircraft turnaround times from hours to minutes. This efficiency is a major contributor to the massive boost in daily sortie capacity. Enhanced radar and sensors. One of the most notable upgrades on CVN79 is its radar system, replacing the complex dual-band radar of CVN78 with the more practical Enterprise Air Surveillance Radar. The Enterprise Air Surveillance Radar offers improved scalability, simplified maintenance, over $350 million in cost savings, and compatibility with future Navy platforms, making cross-training easier. While some may regret losing the advanced dual-band radar, the Enterprise Air Surveillance Radar's simplicity, flexibility, and affordability make it a smarter choice for sustained naval operations. Protecting the floating fortress. While the United States ship John F. Kennedy's primary strength lies in its airwing, it is also armed with a robust suite of defensive systems to counter aerial and missile threats. These include RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, RIM-116 Rolling Airframe missiles, Phalanx CAWS, Mk-38 25mm chain guns, and M2.50 caliber machine guns, all working together in layered defense rings to intercept incoming missiles, aircraft, and surface threats at multiple ranges. Preparing for the hypersonic threat. One of the most significant challenges facing modern naval forces is the emergence of hypersonic anti-ship missiles like China's DF-21D and DF-26. With their blistering speeds and maneuverability, these weapons could theoretically overwhelm traditional defense systems. To counter these threats, the U.S. Navy is actively developing directed energy laser weapons, a capability that the Ford-class carriers are uniquely suited to accommodate, thanks to their abundant nuclear-generated power. The laser solution. The Navy's high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, developed by Lockheed Martin, offers powerful advantages with a current output of 300 kilowatts, scalable to 500 kilowatt or more. Integrated with Aegis and Army-Navy SPY-6 radar systems, high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance can target drones, small boats, and potentially hypersonic missiles. Tests have already shown successful laser interceptions of unmanned aerial targets, and the abundant electrical power on board CVN79 makes it an ideal platform for future energy weapon deployments. A long road to commissioning. While the United States ship Gerald R. Ford was commissioned in 2017, after a challenging and protracted development period, the United States ship John F. Kennedy began construction in 2015 and is slated for commissioning by late 2025. The knowledge gained from the Ford's extended development timeline has significantly streamlined construction for CVN79 and will further benefit subsequent ships like CVN80 United States Ship Enterprise. Ford-class expansion. According to the U.S. Navy's 30-year shipbuilding plan for FY 2025 to FY 2054, the goal is to maintain a 381-ship fleet, including 12 nuclear-powered supercarriers, 10 of which will be Ford-class vessels. This plan reflects America's continued reliance on aircraft carriers as its principal instrument of global maritime power well into the mid-21st century. Will aircraft carriers stay relevant by 2050? With all these advanced technologies and future-proof designs, one question still lingers. Will these floating giants remain relevant in the age of hypersonics, cyber warfare, and autonomous swarming drones? The answer for now seems to be yes, provided that innovation continues apace. The United States ship John F. Kennedy represents not just a warship, but a modular platform, one that can adapt as new technologies emerge, whether that's AI-powered drone squadrons, high-powered combat lasers, or next-generation missile defenses. In a world where global threats constantly evolve, the Ford-class carriers ensure that the United States Navy won't just be responding to the future, it will be ready to define it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of naval warfare, stay tuned for more defense tech analysis. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for future updates.